Hey everybody, Dan Henry here, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to know if you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, and how a fixed mindset could be preventing you from achieving things that you're completely capable of. By the way, if you like my videos, go ahead and smash that like button as I do release them each and every week, and of course, don't forget to subscribe.
Hi, I'm Dan Henry. I used to deliver pizza and sell water bottles to pay my rent. Then I discovered entrepreneurship and grew a $20 million online business. Subscribe to my channel and I'll show you how.
So what is a fixed mindset and what is a growth mindset? So to put it in basic terms, a fixed mindset means that the way you think, everything that is in your brain, the way you perceive life, the way you perceive your surroundings is constantly telling yourself that you cannot go further than you are, that you are stuck where you are, and that it's everybody else weighing down on you. Things are outside of your control and you can't do better based on outside factors that you just can't do anything about. And so one example of this is if you live in a town that nobody ever achieves anything, and you say, well, nobody achieves anything in this town, so why should I be any different? Or if you say, I can't be rich because rich people, they have advantages I don't have, et cetera, et cetera. This is a fixed mindset. It's fixing you where you're at. Now, a growth mindset is where you don't believe you're held down by any sort of external factors, and that you can achieve more regardless of what's going on around you. And so, to give you an example, when I was a kid, I lived in a small town of Spring Hill, Florida, and literally everybody in that town, the attitude in general was that nobody made anything of themselves in that town. The most you could hope to achieve was like working at a bank or maybe being an assistant manager at Applebee's. That was literally the height of the town. And the most expensive homes in that town were maybe $1 million. There were really no $5 million homes or anything. So most people just accepted that if they lived in that town, they couldn't achieve anything of true greatness. And I thought that way for a long time until I started seeing people that were achieving things like growing $1 million companies and becoming famous. There was actually the one moment for me, there was a kid, I forget his name, but he would play guitar outside of Dunkin' Donuts all the time. You'd find him sitting outside of Dunkin' Donuts playing guitar, just chilling. And some people thought he was a little bit crazy to just every night sit outside of Dunkin' Donuts playing guitar, but he later became a popular country music star by doing YouTube videos of his songs, and he became popular on YouTube and in general. And that was somebody that did not have a fixed mindset. They had a growth mindset. They didn't let where they were prevent them from achieving great things. And I started seeing things like this, and it really helped me change my mindset to be able to understand that I can do more and that I was not bound by these imaginary chains that I had created for myself. And fast forward to today, I've built several multi-million-dollar companies, became a best-selling author. I got the privilege to share the stage with people like Tony Robbins, and it's because I began thinking in terms of growth, and I didn't let things give me I didn't let life give me an excuse. One way to visualize this is to think about golf. You have the red tees, you have the white tees, and you have the blue tees, and obviously I believe it's the blue tees are the furthest back. The red tees are the closest to the hole. And some people say, well, this other person in this other location, or that was born into this family that had access to education that I didn't, or et cetera, they have a head start. And that is true. They do have a head start. That is 100% true. They're shooting from the red tees, but you can still shoot. You can still swing that golf club. And even if you're starting further back, you can still get to the hole. It may take you a little bit longer, but honestly, it just means you have to work a little bit harder, or you have to believe a little bit more than somebody shooting from the red tees, but you can make it. And that's part of having a growth mindset, is understanding that you can do it, that regardless of your disadvantages, regardless of where you are, what people tell you, you can. Because if anybody else has ever done it, you can do it too. Maybe it's a little harder, maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but you can absolutely do it. And the first step to achieving that is to believe it. And that's part of having a growth mindset, is realizing that nothing can hold you back if you truly want something. And so I encourage you to start looking at other people. Just look up stories of people that have achieved great things that have the same disadvantages or even worse disadvantages than you have, and see, well, they did it, why can't I? And the truth is, you can. But the first step to actually achieving that is to believe that you can. You have to believe that you can. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you like videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.